Wow. It's been 30 seconds, and I've still yet to get a viewer. Well done, YouTube. Well done. All right, there we go. There's a like. There's 3 viewers. It only took 45 seconds. This algorithm is really hating on Tyrant Slayer Studios. And I'm here to bring you some very important updates. Before I get going, there's a few things I want to cover. Hello, Mr. M from Arizona in the house. Thank you so much for your support today. I've got some excellent news. I've got some great updates. I know there's a great many people in my audience that I have as subscribers who are very eagerly awaiting some information on my family court case, on the egregious actions of the state and how everything's going with custody. Aside from that, I've got some issues with some state troopers here in what we used to call the Constitution State of Connecticut, but we now like to call the some people call it Corrupticate. Some people call it the Socialist Racketeering Nanny State of Connecticut. I call it the Socialist Racketeering Nanny Police State of Connecticut, given that the officers from left to right, from east to west, from north to south, local or state, none of our police officers in Connecticut know the law. They can't even articulate our statutes properly. They couldn't properly define trespassing. One of the things I want to share with you before I start showing you this is months of investigating. This is what auditing looks like. This is how you build court cases. This is how you become a positive force for progress. And I'm going to share with you everything I've been doing behind the scenes because you, the audience, deserve to know. And that's what it's all about. It's about educating you. It's about, I've learned a hell of a lot going through all of this myself. And it's about making a real positive force for progress. So, before I get into all of that, I'd like to mention Long Island audits. Here's a young man who's got the decorum and the professional approach to be able to engage our local law enforcement officials and hold them accountable for what they're doing. Very much like what we try to do here at Tyrant Slayer Studios, and we have been successful in doing, which brings us to today's update. Now, let's touch on, my very first video. Well, first of all, if you haven't seen Long Island audits work, the reason why I bring them up, I'm moving a little fast here. You'll have to forgive me. I've got a lot going on today. I got a big family here I'm taking care of, and we're making great strides in all of this, not just the family court case, but with the addressing of deprivation of rights under the color of law, which is a violation of not just Title 18, Section 242 U.S. Code, but actual Connecticut General Statutes 53-37B. I've got a number of these things going on, and this week I will have video content for you. I will have audio content with you. I will have video and audio content for you, documenting my engagements with clerks, my engagements with state and local police in this last year, just not only becoming a journalist and a government accountability activist, but as a self-represented party in these cases, to show you what I'm doing, what motions I file, what I have to do to prior to filing those motions and stuff. It's not very entertaining, but you know what it is? It's empowering. It's empowering, and it's going to change things. Long Island Audit seems to be on that same sort of orbit. He seems to be on the right pathway to doing great things. He was down here in Danbury, Connecticut, where he had his first run-in with... here we go. Where he had his first run-in with the egregious Connecticut police, who, if you've seen John Felix's coverage of it, you can quite quickly begin to understand just how obnoxious and criminal they are. our police in the state of Connecticut are criminals, quote unquote. You can quote me on that. We're going to be drumming up a ton of support. I've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of investors in the state of Connecticut who are willing to get on board with our message of transparency and exercising our rights. Innocent Auditor, hey, thanks for coming by. Mr. Six Banger News, always a pleasure, sir. I'm hoping you're doing as well as I'm doing. I mean, a little slow going over here. I got a lot of buckets and things to carry all the time, but you know, we're plugging away, brother. I'm really looking forward to seeing some good content from you, man. You know, I hooked you up back then with that nice one of my very first giveaways. We do giveaways here, folks. I've given almost $1,000 worth of merchandise, camera equipment, and things away already. I've had some issues with that. The process hasn't been entirely smooth, if I'm being nothing short of honest here. But we do our best to reciprocate the love and the support that you guys give us here. Anyway, check out Long Island Audits. Check out his egregious activities here. Egregious activity of our police engagements with him here, and show him some support over there on his channel, because he's out here in the state of Connecticut doing his thing and trying to be a force for progress, along with great professional journalists like myself, who are often misconstrued as and portrayed as sovereign citizens or terrorists, you know, or you know, just carrying a camera and asking your public officials, your public servants, some questions in this atmosphere here in the state of Connecticut is portrayed as harassment. Yeah, I got some really big video coming out this week. I got some really big things coming out this week. We've got some video, you know, that will detail of our confrontation with the Vernon Town Attorney. We've got a ton of video coming out from Vernon Police Department. We've got a ton of stuff coming out on GA 19, Talon District, the Rockville Family Courthouse, and the egregious clerks there, and just the process involved with my family court case and how it's been so tremendously adversely affected as a result of the obnoxious, unlawful, and blatantly disrespectful behavior of the clerks. I've got an issue with 4 marshals. I'm going to be filing a suit against 4 marshals and a state trooper. You know, they love being called trooper. It's so funny. State Trooper Ostrowski. Yeah, he's going to be learning. We're going to be taking State Trooper of Connecticut, Troop C, to school this week. Badge number 1393, Troop C. I've got a case number for anyone who's interested. Please email me at studioadmin@tyrantslayerstudios.com. You know, I don't want you guys like phone bombing these guys until you see the published content, but I will provide a phone number for you guys to go ahead and redress our servants over there at Troop C. Let them know how you feel about their troopers' behavior, obnoxious, unlawful behavior in which he's absolutely committed a crime. Deprivation of rights under the color of law is a very serious crime, and this guy is going to learn it the hard way. And so are the 4 other marshals that filed a false police report and called this guy to GA 19 down there, Vernon, Rockville. We're going to educate everyone. We don't want this man to lose his job, but we want him to know that the days of going around and violating the civil and constitutional rights of the Connecticut citizens are over. I certainly will do that, Six Banger. Thank you very much, sir. Family is doing well. We're doing well over here. Got a lot of great content coming out and a lot to cover as far as updates. In each individual video, there is a case. We're going back to Trooper Wilson down there in Hartford, Connecticut, back in May of 2020. There's a lot to be told about that. I have official reports from Internal Affairs to share with you in regard to that, how they're disconnect from reality is so well illustrated in that poorly written report. Is just astonishing, really. The content that I have for you folks is astonishing. I'm going to give you docket numbers, I'm going to give you case numbers, and I'm going to let you follow along with everything that I'm doing. Tomorrow, I'm going out to Middletown to the state police headquarters to pick up the body cam footage and the police report from the incident on June 3rd, Thursday, June 3rd, that took place with me and some marshals and Connecticut State Police down at GA 19, Rockville Family Court. I am going to be issuing a formal, notarized, written letter of intent to sue to the town clerk tomorrow. And I'm going to have video up of that tomorrow. You guys are going to be carried on through the process and see how easy it is to get a settlement from these people who would rather just soak up the tax dollars and hand out money as opposed to addressing the unlawful actions and the poor behavior of their police. It's astonishing. You know, I want to really create something here that requires police officers to go to law libraries to qualify to be a law profession, you know, a law enforcement officer. You need to know the law, right? So, like, rather than spending 8 or 16 or 24 hours qualifying every year on a firing range to be able to go out and impose violence upon the people, these guys should be required to spend so many hours and pass so many tests on the actual laws they're enforcing before we start giving them guns and let them come out and start barking orders and violating people's rights, like you will see coming out this week. You know, if you'd like, yeah, see, I don't want to give out that information right now. The marshal involved in this incident on June 3rd at the Family Rockville Court, the supervising marshal's name is Wanzik. That's WANCZYK, badge number 87. This guy called the police on me, filed a false police report, and then came up to, like, watch the show that he created after the cops arrived to see if I would get arrested. Now, being a smart auditor, I know enough to know that you don't have to be arrested to accomplish things, right? It's all about the magic words, right? So I've got this guy recorded basically threatening to arrest me. He's threatening to arrest me, telling him I'm obstructing an investigation. He can't articulate the crime I've committed to even be there. But if I refuse to ID, he's going to have to arrest me because that's another charge, right? You know. So basically, I get him to say all the magic words. Now he has no qualified immunity. He's going to lose when the lawyers for this the city look at this. They're going to want to settle with me right away, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this every step of the way, and I'm going to validate what I do as that unfolds. Again, this is what auditing looks like, okay? This is what tagged evidence and investigations look like. That's the stuff I'm doing here. That's not just my family case. That's criminal cases against the state. That's secondary things that have all come out of just this past year, my engagement with law enforcement and the family court system in the state of Connecticut. And let me tell you, folks, there is absolutely nothing that anybody wants to write home about involved in any of this stuff. It's so disgusting and disturbing. We've got some serious, serious problems here in the state of Connecticut, and they need to be addressed. So I'm happy to learn of Long Island audits. You should be too. He's down here pounding the pavement in the state of Connecticut with other activists, government accountability activists, civil rights activists, auditors, whatever you would like to define us as is your prerogative. We're all American here on this channel, and we're doing this not just for Connecticut, but for America, right? Because who else is doing it? Nobody. You know, we're gonna kill it, folks. If you haven't heard by now, and you're new around here, I'm very sorry to learn of that, but I'll bring you up to date. Activism News Network is a really good thing, and it's a really big thing, and it's all over Roku and Google Play, soon to be on Apple Play, and a number of other streaming services. I highly recommend you head on over to www.activismnewsnetwork.com and check out their latest and greatest. You can subscribe to a Roku subscription for that particular Roku channel at that web address, and keep up on the latest and greatest of what my 21 colleagues and I have been doing around the country. Now, I know I've been kind of MIA for some time. There's been a number of very strange things going on with this channel, and how Google disapproves, or why. But with that said, I am back now, and there's no stopping this Rolling Stone. So, of the people, for the people, by the people, real journalism, real accountability, real action, real effort, real investigations, right? We don't just talk here, we're doers here. We're doers, movers, and shakers all up in here. I'm just one person. Connecticut citizens have had enough, It's going to be time for our representatives to get involved. It's going to be time for the hammer to come down on these broken judicial and family court systems. The hammer's going to have to come down on these police, unfortunately. Again, and I have to stress when I say this, I don't hate police, okay? I'm a peaceful man. All of my colleagues are peaceful and professional. We don't hate police. We don't go out there and antagonize and inflame and provoke. We just simply document the engagements. We simply evoke our First Amendment right to freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to assemble, right? We go out there and we document our public servants in the course of their official duties. That's what we're doing out there. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You should not be arrested in a library for carrying a video camera and documenting your experience in your public domain. Period. Cops need to learn the law. Cops need to know, well, hey, I'm not going to comment on the Trump thing, but we need somebody, don't we? Don't we? Listen, there's nothing biased about what we're doing here as Americans. This isn't a left and right issue. This is not a bipartisan or partisan thing. Politically, what I believe in has nothing to do with my ability to articulate our rights and evoke them while standing firmly upon them. It's incumbent upon my viewers to learn how I'm doing that, why I'm doing that, and how important it is that they do that as well. Because, it doesn't matter if it's me and 21 other guys and we have ANN, whatever. That's not enough, man. We really need to come together here. We really need to unite. We really need to do something together. Otherwise, it's over, man. We're going to lose it all. We'll lose it all. You guys are going to be shocked with the family court case. There's a very serious criminal element to it. It's always been a part of it. All of that is coming to a head. I'm documenting my relentless effort to try and pursue the criminal elements of this case criminally, using our law enforcement agencies to no avail. That's all going to be documented. You guys are going to be shocked. It's unbecoming of any law enforcement agency. To enforce the law here in Connecticut, depending on what law you're trying to enforce, even if it's a felony violation, you have to do all the work yourself. You have to do all the investigating yourself. You have to write the criminal affidavit yourself. You have to arrange a meeting with a prosecutor yourself. All of a sudden, you become the job of law enforcement. All of a sudden, everything you pay taxes for doesn't matter. When you're trying to utilize law enforcement to enforce the law here in Connecticut, they're almost never around. The only time you see state police in this state, or even local police, is when they've got a motor vehicle infraction to issue to you, so they can unfund their unfunded pension liabilities and unsustainable costs and burdens at our expense, at the extortion of the people, This is why we need to bring sheriffs back to Connecticut. I'm going to run for constitutional sheriff in 2022. That's a whole nother thing. There's a lot going on with this channel. I'm telling you guys, share my links, share this update. Let the world know that real progress is coming, that, we're going to be shown here on this channel by me how to sue the city, how to reprimand police that, I mean, listen, some of you guys hate what I'm doing. I got haters. You think it can't happen to your kid? You think your kid's in college and doing everything the right way and nothing can ever happen to him? Wait until his rights are violated. Wait until your kid's thrown in jail for no reason. In prison for weeks before anyone even knows where he is. And his car's impounded, and then he gets evicted from his apartment and he loses his job and it costs thousands of dollars. It can happen to you. Okay? So it's important that we educate ourselves and learn together how to prevent that from happening. Innocent people don't belong in prison. And police have no business treating the people they work for with that contempt. All you get as a citizen here in the state of Connecticut from police is contempt. And it gets even worse if you have a camera. It gets even worse when you try to properly educate them or inform them. They become so arrogant and condescending. Listen, I'm in charge here. We're in charge. We'll just take you down with force and violence and arrest you because we think we're right. And you have to play out this whole big thing in court to prove to them that they're wrong. And in the end of that, what is there for fruit? Does it change anything? Does it yield any positive change? Well, we don't know, because no one's ever tried to hold the state of Connecticut accountable before until me. See? We're going to do that here in Connecticut. We're going to go after the Attorney General for failing to do his job. We're going to go after the governor for being a domestic terrorist. It's been alleged that what he's doing has violated the Patriot Act, the USA Patriot Act. Hey, Wolfie Transparency. Thank you very much, sir. Please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't about me. I'm not a sociopathic narcissist. I'm not trying to have glamour online. I'm doing this because I have a family, because I'm a citizen, because I've been violated, and I know how much it costs and how much it hurts and what it could do to your life. And, I'm trying to stop it from happening to you. I'm trying to prevent it from happening to your children. I'm trying to educate and save a community, a state, a country. I mean, what the hell? That's a pretty noble thing to do. So I love the support. Keep up the support. Share my links. Hit that like button. And stick around. This week's a big week. And we're going to be growing pretty fast around here. I got talk of getting some sponsors for my channel here, for Activism News Network. I've got a lot of good things bubbling up right now. And I'm going to publish all of this stuff so that we can share the fruit that comes out of it together, because that's what it's all about. It's about creating unity and a better relationship between the people and the state. I can't create that alone. I need you guys. I need you. I need you to follow me on Facebook at Tyrant Slayer Studios, at Timothy M. Riley. I need you to follow me here on YouTube and hit that alert bell. I need to know this man speaks the truth. Go back and watch his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. Well, I do. This is not a channel for entertainment people. Perhaps that's why it's not growing so fast anymore. People were looking for fires and death and rawr. You're not going to get that here, man. But what I will promise you is results and real actions and the documentation of them. I'm going to give you everything on each and every one of these cases going back to May, from Trooper Wilson right up to Ostrowski here from June 3rd in 2021. Everything under the sun in between is going to be covered diligently, to the letter, complete with transcripts, docket numbers, case numbers, all the public information you guys want to cross-reference. Real journalism takes time. Real journalism, real news takes real investigations. Real journalism, real news, real court cases, and real success consists of real stacks of paper that need to be methodically, investigated, and evidence therein needs to be uncovered and used. Yes, thank you so much. Cajun Randy 214. Yes, and it's I love the audience, and I know there is a great many people in it that is really standing by to see how this whole family court thing goes. That video of the police trying to take my daughter and put her into a burning building here says it all, really. It was just the beginning of what I've embarked upon here. And I'm not going to let the state get away with what it's doing, because if I allow it to do to me what I know I have the potential to prevent, it's going to keep doing it to everybody. People's lives have been ruined. Children have been alienated from their fathers for no good reason and put into homes where they're being potentially molested by drug addicts. Their mothers are high on drugs, and the state's like, well, that's okay. She is the mom. This state is out of control. The court is out of control. The Connecticut Bar Association is a big part of the problem. It, too, is out of control. I'm honored to be the guy that addresses this stuff. I'm honored to be the guy that does it right. Because if I fail, it's gonna taint this movement. It's gonna taint our community. It's going to taint activists. So I've got a lot of responsibility here, and I take it very seriously, and I thank you all very much for supporting me and for sticking around and for believing in me and for being inspired and for reaching out to me. There's been a great many people who reach out to me and they ask me for help. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I do stay up until the butt crack of dawn and read case law. I have effectively represented myself thus far, but it's come at a tremendous cost. And I can't necessarily give you legal advice. I can only tell you what I would do if I were you. And with that said, it's humbling when I get those emails. I like that people reach out to me. Thank you, Cajun Randy 214. Yeah, it's all about transparency, man. I'm a real journalist. That's really all it is. Anybody can do what I do. Government accountability, civil rights activism, and just getting engaged. I mean, I think now is the time more than ever, man. We're living in some very interesting times. It's time for people to get involved and start shooting with their cameras what we're living in, and start talking about all of it so that we can address things properly and change them. Let's run for office. Why do we keep on relying on people to run for office? Why, so we can go vote for them and hope the election isn't, that nothing nefarious is happening, right? Like, why do we keep on relying on that? Why don't we just run ourselves? Huh? I mean, what an idea that is, right? Why don't we educate ourselves and run ourselves and hook up with campaign strategists and local entities that know what they're doing, business. Like, let's get together for a change, people. Come on now. It's not left, it's not right, it's not Republican or Democrat or black and white. It's America. We are the people, right? It's us versus the state. And I can't speak for your state. I don't know where each and every one of you are, but here in Connecticut, this state is out of control. Yeah, that's where we're going, buddy. We're not going to do anything foolish. I'm not going to go get arrested to try to prove something to an audience. I'm not going to put my family... I mean, I would. Like, if ultimately it came down to being illegally arrested, I guess that's what's going to happen, right? In the end, I win. But, I'm smart enough to know that I can make things happen without being arrested and hold the police accountable for their actions without the follow-through of their egregious actions. All I got to do is get them to say the magic words. And that's it. Once that happens, The taxpayers are on the hook for all these lawsuits. And guess what, taxpayers? You're going to start feeling that, because I'm not going to be the only one doing it. And maybe then, rather than just blindly siding with the police all the time, you can help me and all of the victims of this system, all of the other victims of this system, whose lives have been changed, for great lengths of time and been burdened with cost and trauma. You can help us address the issues properly. Because, then you can save some money. Then you can lower your taxes. If we actually bring some order to all of this chaos in a very legal, professional way, there's no stopping us, man. We're going to need independent journalists to do that. I can show you guys in this next week how many times I've emailed Channel 3 and other corporate news networks in Connecticut that don't care. They don't care about what's going on between the state and the people. It's going to take the people's media to expose it. It's going to take you. It's going to take me. It's going to take your support. I need your support. I need your likes. I need your subscriptions. I need you guys to be behind me. You inspire me as much as I might inspire you. That's what we need. We need sparks flying everywhere. You got it. The people, I have a ton to expose. You guys are going to lose your minds. You're going to be really upset about what I have to detail here. From judges right down to local and state police to town attorneys, Connecticut is rotten to the core. Somebody's going to do something about it. That's me. But I need your help. With that said, I'm going to cut this. Tomorrow, I got some great content to be published. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow all the notifications. You're damn right. Wait until you hear the system conspiring against me to arrest me, despite the fact I'm not even breaking a law. I've got dash cam footage. I got body cam footage. I've got a ton of stuff from Vernon PD to Troop C to the police state headquarters down in HQ to the town attorney's office coming out within the next 5 days, this week and into the beginning of next. I've got a tremendous data dump for the people and a tremendous case against the state of Connecticut and various towns and the courts therein. And we're gonna change it. We're gonna set the precedence here for the United States of America. We're gonna change it here in Connecticut. The people are gonna get their state back. I'm going to get my daughter back into safety. And the people who have harmed her and caused a great many others great harm are going to pay for their deeds. With that, I bid you farewell. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out Long Island Audits. Don't forget to check out my colleagues and I on Activism News Network. Get involved. Get engaged. Activate America. Activate your neighbors. Activate your family members. Get active. Activism News Network. Insight Freedom, thank you so much for being here. I'll go ahead and Mid-Ohio Independent, thank you so much for being here. Six Banger, always a pleasure. Quality Contact, thank you so much, sir. Wolverine Transparency, thanks again for the $2 super chat. I sincerely appreciate that, sir. Let's see. Innocent Auditor, thanks again. Seth Black, right on, buddy. Boston in the house. Charged news. And lots of just mind-blowing stuff coming out of the state's actions, which are unlawful, to say the least. Again, I bid you farewell. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for the super chat. We'll see you guys tomorrow.